Hello everyone and welcome back. You are watching BSG Online, and well, we have a little Nintendo block coming up right now. We've got Star Fox 64, Joe and Mac 2, DK King of Swing, and right now is Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest, played by the amazing Ryan Ford here. So Ryan, please take it away.
Yeah, so as I said, I'm Ryan Ford. Yeah, so I'm somewhat of a newer player to this game, but I'm gonna be running one of the probably least run main categories for the community called True Ending. Yeah, I'll talk about that more when I get the timer started. So I'll do a countdown from 5 if y'all are ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so True Ending category. What does it say? So I'm gonna have to do some like weird sets of movement to get a cheat to get all 75 Krem coins, which normally you need to do all the bonuses, like in like a 102% category, for example. I need to all of these movements that I'm doing is pretty deliberate, especially skipping over these 2 bananas. If I actually grab them, I do have to reset the run for this category, which resetting doesn't take that long, but I'd rather not make a mistake. So, yeah, with that, so it costs 15 coins for each Lost World level. There's 5 of them. Once you clear all the Lost World levels, you get what is supposed to be the second King K. Rool fight, or Captain K. Rool fight. And, so you just saw me grab that big coin that was 75 Krem coins there. It's a dev-intended cheat for the game. And, to beat, so you beat the 5 Lost World levels and then fight Captain K. Rool. So that's pretty much the goal of this category, because that gives us the true ending, which normally you have to like nearly 100% the game to be able to do that. So there's going to be a lot of weird sets of movement I'm going to do to get what's called a invisible object. There I did it with the Beetle Clash, which moved the warp barrel, which is actually invisible and underneath the level. You can jump into it normally, but it moved it to me and it corrupted its properties to eject me out of the level. Because in this game, in version 1.1, they have a failsafe for if the game crashes, and if you do wrong warps like that in 1.0, it usually crashes the game. But what they did in 1.1 is it makes it eject you out of the level. It doesn't actually count for completes either. And there I did a trick called Muck Jaw, so I jumped into that warp barrel rather than dropping to the ground and then doing a team throw. Which saves like 2 seconds if you actually hit it versus not going for it at all. Here I'm going to try a kind of hard wrong warp, so I'm going to be a little quiet. Alright, cool. Yeah, so yet another Beetle Clash, but on slopes it's a lot more awkward to get Beetle Clashes, so it makes that hard. I also did a glitch called the Ratley double jump. I did the true double jump, which if you, somewhere around the end of the peak of his jump, if you hold both A and B together, within a 3-frame window, then you'll get an extra jump for whatever reason. So this boss is like pretty much one of 2 instances of RNG in the run. So 3rd cycle and 4th cycle, he can give you either a fake egg or a real egg. It's 50-50. So I got 1 fake throughout that whole fight, so it's not too bad. Yeah, I've gotten as high as like 14 fakes in a run, so which lost like 40 seconds before. Alright, so gonna try a somewhat difficult strat for this wrong work. Aw, dang. Well, I at least probably got the wrong work, but there was a small time save that I was trying to do called the 2-1 jump. So if you do a team up 2 frames after you press jump, and then press jump again within 2 frames after your team up completes, it gives you a higher jump. So it's called a team up super jump or a 2-1 jump. But I did miss it, but I mean, it lost like probably 1.5 seconds or something, so it's not too bad. So here's the first Lost World level. So I paid 15 Krem points to get in here. So this is Jungle Jinx. So yeah, the gimmick with this level is like these tires that you can bounce off of. And yeah, it's mostly traditional platforming outside of that. There is a trick near the end that I'm going to be trying to go for called Scrolly Scroll. I'm gonna try the harder method, the Diddy ending. So hopefully I don't die. We'll see though. Alright, gonna be quiet here for a bit. Alright, cool. Should be good. So yeah, there's certain ways that makes the camera freak out. I'm actually not exactly sure what makes the camera freak out for that particular scrolly scroll though. So as you can see, it moves really fast to the right, and if you take damage, it'll stop scrolling fast, or just getting to the end of the level like I did there. Also does it. The tricks work on any language. Though for the wrong warps particularly that I'm doing, you have to have the 1.1, so the revision A part for the game. But any language is fine. Yeah, none of them. Well, I know for NTSC-U and NTSC-J, so like the North American and the Japanese ones, they neither version really saves time over the other, so you can play on either language as well. I have a real cart in Japanese, so that's what I'm mostly using for any categories where version 1.1 is optimal. Because version 1.0 has a whole bunch of different sets of glitches, so actually 102% and also the workless category are both faster on version 1.0. So each version has different advantages depending on the category that you're running. So any percent and true ending, because the wrong warps, all these wrong warps are generally just way faster, so it's faster to play on 1.1. I'm not exactly sure how much it's faster by, like, oh, what am I doing? It might be like 5 minutes. Or 3 to 5 minutes, if I were to guess. Alright, so the second boss, Cleaver. There is a slight bit of RNG, actually. Where the cannonballs spawn here. You ideally want them to spawn closer to him so that you can walk less distance. Whoops! I threw that the wrong way. So the cannonballs can spawn in one of 4 spots. So that one when I missed the throw because I tried too hard to rush it, I got like the second worst spawn on that one. So I did something that's called a moonwalk. So if you move backwards at certain times, like when you pick up an object or right when you land on the ground, you'll keep moving backwards, but you won't actually turn yourself around. So that's what I did when I threw the cannonball the wrong way. So I wasted a few seconds.
Bonus points if you say Shimona every time you moonwalk.
I might say it for the few times I do it. And the flying Diddy glitch up there. That's just for visuals. Alright, so yeah, World 1 and 2 all have these dev-intended warp barrels, so I skipped like pretty much every level with either a regular warp or a wrong warp. So World 3 onwards doesn't have warp barrels, so if I ever warp, it's always going to be through a wrong warp. So a lot of the levels going to be playing like warpless pretty much. So here's Rambi. Some community members love him, some community members hate him. I'm on team Heck Rambi. There's actually a pretty sure there's a global Twitch emote for Heck Rambi. Each word, first letter of the word is capitalized. One word. And yeah, so I did a team throw into that barrel, which actually looks slower, but it'll save time in a bit because I'm gonna be going for a trick called Swamp Fly. So you can get a floaty state if your partner gets shot out of a barrel. So I took damage there to have that floaty state, which gave me a higher jump after I damage boosted, which gives you enough height to fly all the way across the swamp instead of taking that auto scroller barrel, basically. There's a lot of Heck Rambi in there. So yeah, for marathon safety, I just grabbed Diddy early here. Normally you want to do most of this level with just one Kong, which usually should be Dixie. Because if you have 2 of them, because there's like a lot of sprites in some spots, it'll cause lag in some areas. So doing solo Kong for most of the stage, yeah, it just saves time for lag reduction, like maybe 2 seconds or so. So yeah, optimizing swimming in this level is actually really hard. I'm not particularly good at it, but you really don't want to like bonk on like walls and corners and stuff. So like top runners, like watching them is like really clean. When you're newer to the run, it's like definitely harder to notice when you're losing time and saving time in this level. Like I definitely bonked a couple times already, like pretty blatantly. So you can probably tell with those ones. And yeah, aside from that, this level is pretty cruising in general. So for more, I guess for more safety, because I really don't want to take damage, it is faster to swap Kongs in the water, but there's an even faster strat called the goal swap, which I did do goal swaps a couple times in the previous worlds, but yeah, you can land there in front of the goal and actually swap your Kongs and activate the goal at the same time. So since you don't go through the swapping animation at all, it saves more time than swapping anywhere else. And swapping in water is faster than swapping on land, generally, when you have the animation. So I did the second fastest strat. So yeah, this level's pretty difficult because there's pits everywhere, so you can die. I'm gonna try for a wrong warp here. Alright, cool. I got it. Yeah, for some reason, the property values of cutlasses, when they like swing their sword, when they raise up their sword, it changes like ID values in some way. So for whatever reason, when you like damage Dixie there and shoot yourself out of that barrel, it'll wrong warp you out of that level. So it's an extra method for wrong warps. That wrong warp is like one of the newer ones as well, but I think it was discovered like 3-ish years ago. It definitely wasn't in the beginner tutorial I used to learn the run, because the tutorial is older than how long it existed. So I found out like half an hour before I did my first run that it was even a thing. So I had to learn it right away. But that was back in like February though. And yeah, so this level optimizing is just so Ratley moves really slow when he's grounded, so you want to be jumping all the time. So how high you want to jump, you should also be routing. Whoops, made 2 mistakes there. Alright, so I gotta try really hard not to die here as well. Alright, should be good. And there's actually a hidden DK barrel at the end, so I was able to get back. Game gets confused. That's the classic terminology when using tricks. So this level is actually pretty difficult, but I think it's visually appealing when done well as well. So Black Ice Battle. It's one of the hardest levels to optimize in the run, for sure. Made 2 mistakes there, so... So I guess you won't see the whole cool part of it. So now I gotta play Dixie. So generally, if you notice, I've been using Diddy for most of the run as well. So yeah, Diddy's movement speed is actually faster than Dixie's as well. Whoops. Yeah, Diddy's movement speed is faster than Dixie's, so you like almost always want to be Diddy when moving horizontally. There are some levels where Dixie generally is better, but yeah, you almost always want to be Diddy when you're moving. And yeah, that is me from Melee. Alright, so this level comes with a I don't know, not that difficult, but kind of obnoxious wrong work, because it loses a lot of time if you fail it. So I did a swap in the water to get a super jump state there, which made me fly really high when I took damage. Swapping in the water makes the other Kong have a state where the game still thinks they're underwater. So you can use it to fly up if you're holding the B button after you take damage. So with that, I did another Beetle Clash and used the bonus barrel actually to wrong work out of the level. So yeah, it would lose like, I think like 40 seconds if you failed that, so most of the time. So really don't want to fail that one, but can definitely be a run killer. So everyone knows this banger, Sticker Brush Symphony. So there I did a damage boost to skip a few barrels in this maze here. And I'm also doing a trick called quick shots as well, where if a barrel is facing the direction that I already want to go, then you have a 3-frame window to shoot before it changes direction. For most of the barrels, it's 3 frames. I don't think all of them are. And doing that early skip that I did with the damage boost lets you skip 2 quick shots as well. So here I did a vine clip as well, which I think it's not that hard when you learn how to do it, but it definitely takes a long time getting used to. I've like failed it for like, I don't know, several days, like before getting it a lot more consistent. And like I still fail it every now and then. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that, you know, you got it in the marathon run, and that was really impressive looking, so.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think I haven't failed it in the last like 9 runs or so that I've done. So
yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you screw up in practice. If the marathon one goes okay, you can just say you're the best.
Exactly. So yeah, this level is quite a snoozer. It's about like 1 minute and 35 seconds long. So if you got anything else to say, then you can definitely go ahead.
Yeah, well, we don't have any donations right now, but I'd just like to tell everyone we are raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who's dealing with mental health issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations are going to Mind. And, well, in every region of the world, mental disorders actually surpass 10% of the population. Governments seem to lack momentum in reducing the burden of mental health problems, and as only 55% actually have mental health awareness, and only 8% have suicide prevention plans. Organizations like Mind help raise awareness of the issue, helping us get one step closer to a world where everyone gets the help they need. So yes, get your donations in, guys. Small or big, they are all very much appreciated, and it's all going to a great cause. Thanks everyone for watching.
Indeed, much appreciated, y'all. And yeah, keep supporting if you can. Before I talk more about the run, I guess, yeah, recently I had been like listening to a podcast called Fundamentally Human, which basically talking about like mental health topics that are not normally talked about in like modern conversation. So yeah, I've been like taking like quite a bit of an interest like in mental health and just like listening to some of it. There's also 2 people I know from Smash Bros Melee community that had been on that podcast. The first person I actually like coached to try and help improve, because he's a local, like actually like a local player from my city. And then later on, when I was watching like the other episodes of the podcast, then an actual like recent top player was like on a new episode like as I was like catching up. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So people talking about like different things, just like tons and tons of different topics. But yeah, if you're interested, check it out. But I probably won't talk much about it here though. Alright, but anyways, yeah, so if you notice that I did another scrolly scroll there, that's the last one of the run. Yeah, so what I did was I dismounted off of Squitter, or the community likes to call him Shoes the Spider. And he, if you dismount, or if you remount onto him, and also while you're hanging on a hook, the game kind of freaks out and starts scrolling the camera really fast to the left. You can actually soft lock if you mess up there, but it's very easy to not soft lock, so it's worth going for it, like in marathons. If you actually do the rest of the level with Squitter instead of going for the scrolly scroll, the scrolly scroll only saves about a second comparatively though, optimally, but it looks really cool, so definitely going for it every time. It's not too hard to execute either.
Yeah, I'm still wondering if there was like a mandate in the 90s when it came to video games. Did every video game need to involve box puzzles and cart rides in the 90s?
I know, right? Yeah, this is kind of another one of the snoozers in the run. Fortunately, there's not that many like auto scrollers or like long dragged out fights. But this one's probably like the biggest drag in the run for me. The next cart stage coming up actually is like pretty active, so it's like I can't just like autopilot through that level. At least not yet. Maybe when I get better at the game.
Yeah, blindfolded run when?
Blindfolded runs are too hard. It's incredible when I watch people do them. Like, I'm like, wow. Like, the amount of time, effort, and planning, and like figuring out standardized strats like for blindfolded runs is insane.
And learning very exact muscle memory movements for every specific point in the game just seems crazy to me.
Yep. It's so cool. Alright, and so this part I'll be a little bit quiet again because I'm gonna try to do a wrong work.
Well, while
right.
you're
Go ahead.
trying to do that, I can read something out.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I got it.
Sorry about that. I accidentally closed the page that I was trying to read from.
Oh, true. Yeah, there's a lot of steps to that wrong warp, so if you mess up any of them, then you have to probably take a death and try again. 'Cause that level's pretty long, so even getting it like third try is like faster than just doing the whole level. So for like mid-level runners, it's like that wrong warp is generally a run killer. So yeah, I usually like extra focus on that part. Yeah, you have to do like the weird beetle clash on like a slope part of the bramble. For whatever reason, it like automatically turns you around when you land on it. So because of that, it lets you also gain an invisible object. Like I have no idea why. I just know how to do it. So yeah, here's the other minecart level I was talking, or roller coaster type level I was talking about. This is actually pretty scary. Okay, because I crashed into that guy, and like, if you kill him at the wrong spot, you might just get bounced into a pit and then die. And there's no checkpoint in this level, so you're starting over from the beginning, no matter where you die. But that was fairly clean, aside from like the one bunk. And then the next level coming up is actually like one of the for top runners, it's like one of the hardest levels in the run, called Mudhole Marsh, because it's really easy to die. But this level looks... Oh, I already messed up twice. Yeah, this level's like really cool looking, like when you do it well. I didn't get to show off the cool beginning, since I have to swap Kongs here. I would have like rolled underneath part of this level if I was Diddy, but since I took damage early because I got two dead rolls unintentionally because I didn't cancel my oh wow, really? I didn't cancel my roll with a jump, I guess, or no, I let go of Y too soon. I didn't repress it, so I'll try again. So now you might get to see the cooler stuff, assuming I don't mess it up. Wow, okay, never mind. To be honest, I like very rarely mess up that part anymore, but yeah, I was bound to screw up something majorly in a run. Alright, there you go. And yeah, the next part, like that eagle pit where I died the first time is like moving through it is like fairly difficult. Alright, this time should be better. Alright, I'm gonna play this one safe. Oh, whoops. Alright, it's fine. Yeah, so normally you want to roll under the level there and actually skip the mid barrel, but since I took damage anyway from jumping unintentionally, then might as well grab it for marathon safety. So at the end also comes with a another non-trivial wrong warp. So I need this cannonball, not for the bonus. So hopefully that worked. Alright, cool, I got it. Yeah, so when you throw that cannonball at the beetle, you actually have to, while he's dying, you have to load the third beetle on the screen. So if you walk too far forward, it'll actually make the wrong warp not work, like before the cannonball hits the beetle. It's really weird. So you have to like really pay attention to your movement. And then you have to do stuff like load certain IDs in a certain order, so like the enemy far to the right, like off the level. So you have to like kind of wait for the camera to move to like load certain things at the right time. And yeah, with that I'm doing the third Lost World level. A little bit poorly though. Clobber Carnage. So yeah, these guys they can bump into you like everywhere. They don't damage you though. But yeah, they can like knock you off into pits. So here I'm gonna try and do an invisible object again. with a way that we haven't seen yet. Alright, cool. Alright, got it. So it corrupted that barrel to shoot me really far. Instead of having to go through that whole auto-scroller. So here's part 2 of the invisible objects. Alright, nice. And yeah, with this I should get shot really far. I'm gonna be shooting myself far on the next shot. And then damage boost to skip the rest of this like spikes auto-scroller over here. So yeah, I had a run the other day where I died right at the end of this level, so I'm gonna try to not make the same mistake. Alright, I'm good. I think it was like the best pace of my life too, that run, and then I died in a really unconventional way. So this time I did not. So yeah, Ramby Rumble. Yeah, in Hornet Hole I didn't really talk about this honey climbing. You really want to make sure you don't press diagonal buttons when diagonal directions when you're about to jump, otherwise you'll not jump. So it helps you go faster. If you can climb faster, obviously. You gotta do like kind of fast but high jumps, so you want to go like right to left, like really fast if you're on a left wall. So, Ramby again. Still haven't seen the last of him yet. So yeah, the partner transformation barrel. You have to transform into Ramby this time. Yeah, try something for marathon. Oh, never mind, I missed it. It's a trick called the death jump, but unfortunately I got the wrong bounce off of that enemy because I jumped too early. So now I'm getting chased by a bee. That's why by King Zing, who will be the boss that I fight next. That's why this intense music came up, but like you don't really see him because I'm like going too fast anyway. Yeah, you have so much time to get away from him if you know where you're going. So it's like pretty non-trivial escape there. Or sorry, pretty trivial escape. Whoops, that's what I meant to say. So yeah, King Zing. So he does have 2 phases, which are 3 hits each. His movement speed actually on version 1.1 is faster than on 1.0. So depending on the version you're playing, you gotta kind of do different strats to try and optimize the fight. And since I messed up part of the fight, then he was kind of like on the wrong spot, so I pincered myself and took a hit. So definitely got to be careful here to just not get hit. So just gotta not fly into him for the most part. And there you go. And yeah, if I hold down and left against this wall, it also saves some frames when you transform, because you'll land on the ground sooner. So it starts the fanfare sooner. But yeah, since I lost Diddy, I gotta do different strats, I guess. Oh wait, no I don't. I just have to get Diddy back and then do what I was gonna do. The hot new small time save of rolling through that clobber with your invincibility frames.
Just as the developers intended.
Better not try it anywhere else except for there. And yeah, so this level is pretty cozy in terms of movement. I have died a number of times like doing this level in runs, but I don't think so much in recent though. This strat here, if you roll a little late, you can avoid getting chomped by that clampon, and do an extended roll to gain speed to roll through all those enemies. And then yeah, I moved backwards there because I was trying to despawn that cloak that threw the barrel at me, but I didn't move far back enough to despawn him. It's slightly faster to actually like roll under him and grab the ghost rope, but sometimes I mess that up, so I don't bother most of the time. So yeah, here's the final roller coaster type level. It actually does save a bit of time to jump when you're going up or down slopes, most slopes. So it's like a little bit of like frame savers here and there to save time. And so yeah, the plus barrels give you more time, and then minus barrels subtract time. So yeah, for the most part, oh yeah, it also does lose a bit of time if you jump while going straight. So you want to minimize jumping on flats as much as you can too. So yeah, this section's like all minus barrels. I'm gonna take one intended minus barrel, because I think if you take two, then you'll get damaged. So right here, since you want to jump on those slopes to save time as well. And then don't want to go in that bonus below. Otherwise that'd be a pretty big time waste. That jump actually to get the bonus is kind of hard. So in 102%, like, it's really obnoxious trying to like get that jump for that bonus. And it like loses so much time if you miss. But this category, don't gotta worry about it.
If it's not the rotor scroller, I can read something out quick.
Yeah.
Well, not read something out. I've got something to say. Basically, coming up next, we're gonna have DK King of Swing, and there's gonna be a bid war for that for the character choice. Currently, it's Diddy versus Donkey Kong, and currently Diddy is in the lead by 25 euros. So if you'd like to see Donkey Kong played, or if you'd like to see Diddy pushed in further into the lead, get your donations in for that. I would also like to mention that there is a Star Fox 64 incentive coming up in a few hours too, where you can save a team member of your choice. Of course, the team members, the choices are Falco, Slippy, Peppy, or none of them. Currently, Slippy is in the lead, so if you like Slippy, donate some more to see Slippy definitely saved. If you don't like Slippy, you know what to do.
Save the frogs.
Thanks for watching.
Save the frogs. Yeah, get your Slippy donations in, please.
Fox, get this guy off me!
Alright, even though he's the most useless member of the team, gotta love the frogs.
I mean, he's useful for beginner players, because it lets you know how much health the boss has. But once you played it once, he's useless.
That's true. And yeah, he's a smart guy rather than a fighter. Yeah, Falco, I'm a hater because of Smash Bros. Melee. It's one of my worst matchups. Though he is one of my secondary.
The Falco did have a broken mechanic in that game, so...
Exactly. He's so hard to fight against, but I do use him as a secondary too. Oh, this might be rough. Slight mistake there, but it's okay. I recovered. So yeah, Parachute Panic was one of the levels, if anyone saw the interview that I was talking about, it's like really visually appealing when done well. I'll try to do the ending part well, at least over here. Alright. Yeah, that's like in my opinion, that part's the hardest section, but this part is semi-random here. You want to bunk your head so that you have enough invincibility frames to fall through all those bees. Because sometimes when you take damage, Diddy won't bonk his head, and then he'll jump like upwards, and you won't have enough invincibility frames to survive going down. So you have to like do a slow backup strat if that happens. All right, so I'm gonna try for a wrong warp here, which last time I did a marathon run, for some reason it didn't work for like 2 minutes, and I have no idea why. This time it worked. So again, about like cutlasses when they're raising their swords and like it changing ID values for some weird reason, then yeah, if you shoot out of that barrel and just hold left or right, then left or right, it'll just warp you, wrong warp you out of the level. And that level's like over 2 minutes long as well, normally, so you know, getting to beat it in like 10 seconds is quite nice. So yeah, Web Woods. So definitely people casually like hate this level. I very recently saw a new video about someone saying that this is like one of the worst levels in like gaming history. So normally you can shoot like the web platforms just straight out, and you have to like, you know, shoot them out one by one and advance forward throughout the level. But if you press L and R at the same time, you can actually form an instant platform underneath you, so you can... Whoa, that's never happened to me before. Yeah, so you shoot an instant platform, and then if you do that, then oh, okay, I made it. I was a little lost on where I was going for a moment. Yeah, and also you can take damage boosts there, like to get an extra jump off of bees. If you have another comp, it saves a bit of time. Because the camera, you can't keep going upwards forever, so you can't do instant platforms forever because of that. Because you'll get stuck at the ceiling, basically. And yeah, so L and R together bypasses the cooldown of pressing, like, for example, like R twice to shoot out a platform and then form it afterwards. So you can, like, make instant platforms underneath you so that you can, like, keep moving. Wow, that's new to me as well. Oh my god, what is happening? This is such a disaster. So yeah, taking that hit was bad, and then additionally, I also got probably the worst RNG for the first phase. So yeah, Crow 2, where his barrel spawns is random. So the ideal pattern you want is middle for this phase, which I just got, then right, and then right on the other two phases. So these eggs coming down, I'm just gonna try and dodge them. Diddy is faster, like on climbing and moving, but the reason, if you notice, that I've finished every world, like basically the end of every boss fight, I've always finished with Dixie, just because her fanfare is a lot shorter than Diddy's. So if you're forced to have a fanfare, then her guitar solo is like 4 seconds faster than Diddy's rap. So we always finish boss fights with Dixie if we have her. And I do need to be as Dixie in the next level anyway, so it's not the worst. So yeah, definitely had a couple deaths, but it's all good. So this is, I guess, the third last level of the run. So might be done in like 3-ish minutes, depending on how this level goes particularly, because this is potentially one of the hardest levels to do in the run. Because I'm gonna be doing, a strat called Arctic Zip. So I'm gonna backtrack here, and I also was able to swim under the On Guard transformation barrel because Dixie's hurt box is small enough. And I'm gonna bait this fish to try and damage boost through a wall. And if I do it right, it'll zip me upwards to the goal, pretty much.
Hold on, I've just noticed something. Diddy has a tail. Yes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But Donkey Kong doesn't have a tail.
I had a feeling that's what you were getting at.
Does that mean Diddy's adopted? Because they're not the same species.
Yeah, I don't know if they're related, because they do call all the Kongs like Kong family members, right? What?
I think maybe it's just like a tribe.
Yeah, because like
an actual family.
Yeah, because like Dixie is Diddy's girlfriend, and yeah, so actually, yeah, it could be a tribe.
I'm gonna notice that in 20 years.
Yeah, it could be like a tribe thing rather than actually being like family related. Oh, I don't want to die there. So yeah, this is the this is the level before the final boss, Animal Antics. It's the last Lost World level, which is like pretty notoriously hard, like especially casually. Going optimally in speedruns, this level is also fairly hard because of the latter half of this level. Gonna be doing more instant platforming over here to go a little bit faster in some of this part. And then this part is the notoriously hard part, so the wind. So I'm gonna be getting Squawk's parrot. Oh, whoops, that was a mistake, but it's fine. So yeah, gonna be having Squawks here, and basically gonna get blown around by the wind. So you know, want to hold against the wind if I don't want to get like pushed into the brambles, and then I want to like fly with the wind if I'm trying to go faster. So there's faster, just damage boost through those dragonflies because there's a Kong barrel. Alright, that's fine, taking that damage. I was able to just use my invincibility frames to fly through the rest of them. And so now Ratley at the end, so definitely don't want to die at the end here. Definitely always feels bad if that happens. So, playing it a little safe. And am I Diddy or Dixie here? Okay, yeah, I'm Diddy, so it's fine. I could have done a little faster skip with Diddy there to skip that B cycle, but because his movement being a little faster. But I forgot if I was Diddy or Dixie there. In 102%, I think you're usually Dixie at that part, and not Diddy. And 102% was like the last category I really grinded until I got a piece PB kind of recently. And my second ever deathless run in this game as a whole with that PB. But anyway, this is the final boss. The fight is like, I think around 1 minute and 20 seconds long in total. So should have like about a minute left before the run is over, assuming I don't die. This fight is fairly easy, to be honest, like once you've done it enough times. So those purple smoke clouds he shoots inverts your controls, so up becomes down and vice versa, and left becomes right and vice versa. So even if I get hit by these, as long as I remember left and right being reversed, it should be fine. It's never happened to me in a run though, so might be.
That's interesting. The final boss in Beyond Good and Evil has that mechanic as well.
Oh, like inverting your... Oh, time, by the way.
Well done.
I always forget to say that time is coming up when the coin falls on me. I almost got dustless on him too. Like when he was sucking in the cannonball, if you throw it right as he starts, you won't see any dust particles. But that was actually really close to dustless. But anyways, yeah, that's DKC 2. Also, I have been meaning to play through Beyond Good and Evil, so that's a good reminder, by the way.
Oh yeah, Beyond Good and Evil is a great game.
Yeah, for GameCube. I've heard like really good reviews about it, like for more than a decade, so I've been meaning to play it.
They released it on Steam now anyway.
Yep. Oh, cool. Alright. I might just get it on Steam instead.
Yeah, the time is still going, but your actual final time was 39 minutes and 57 seconds.
Oh, if that's actually fully accurate, that means I PB'd by 1 second.
Oh wow, you might want to go retime that. That's just what it looked like when the coin hit you. I'm pretty sure that was 57.
Nice. Alright, I'll have to go there. That's so funny. Yeah, I had a run that was on like mid 38 pace, but when I did Arctic Zip, like the one baiting the fish, I failed it twice, so I lost like 1.5 minutes. So that run ended up being like a 40-12 or something, or 40-16. So yeah, and then this run I had like 3 deaths or something, so that's not bad actually. That I may have PB'd by a second.
Yeah, well, it was a really cool run to watch. Do you have anything you'd like to say? Any shout-outs you'd like to make before we head off?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, again, yeah. So if y'all don't know, yeah, I'm Ryan Ford. Yeah, that same Smash Bros. Melee player that's been around for like 16 years. Yeah, if you like what you saw here, yeah, definitely give me a follow at Ryan_Ford522. Yeah, I stream a variety of games since I speedrun like 5 games, and I also run like 12 categories between all those games. So, I have a variety of stuff. I'm gonna be trying to go for a gimmick world record for any percent at some point. Yeah, I just need to plan out when I'm gonna start grinding for that. But yeah. And yeah, aside from that, yeah, keep supporting this cause. Thank you everyone for having me, by the way. And yeah, definitely see you in the next one. And probably see you around in chat too.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. It was a great run. We're going to switch to a quick break very soon. Coming up next, we're going to have DK King of Swing. Reminder, there's an incentive for the character choice. If you'd like to see Diddy or Donkey Kong, get your donations in very, very quickly, as we will be cutting off that incentive very soon. Thank you all for watching. It's BSG Online, and we will see you in a little bit.
All right, peace.